the plan was formed. On the 28th of March 2009, the University Arts Centre would screen The Life of Brian for the first time ever in Aberystwyth. Apart from a few days in 1981. But there were still people in the town that thought the ban should stand, including the vicar, Canon Stuart Bell.
The film, at its root, is poking fun at Christ, and we don't want that to happen. I don't think the film should be shown. Why should the ban be removed?
You know, there have been people who wrote into the local paper and said this should not be shown, but unfortunately one of the people who wrote in had never seen the film, and some of the others were people who just wrote to the town clerk saying, you know, this is appalling, and you know, we will never visit Aberystwyth again. But that's countered by all the other people who say, oh, we'll come now if you show it, you know. So I think the side, we're winning, our side's winning.
The day of the big event. And what do the people of Aber feel about the screening?
Well, it's great, it's marvellous, why not? It's a good fun film, and more of it, that's what I say.
I can't understand why it's banned. I love it, I've got it typed down, because I watch it regularly. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the film Life of Brian?
Life of Brian? No, sir, no.
Because Julia is actually, is she the...
Mayor?
Yes, that's right. Yes,
She's in it.
talking
Naked.
about it. I know, absolutely.
I know, yeah,
I reckon that's why they banned it.
No,
Do you
brilliant.
think that's why?
That's why they banned it.
Yeah, what was the question?
Why do you think, why was it banned? Do you know?
Because it's quite embarrassing, wasn't it?
Was it no?
No, I don't know. What was it? I don't know. Hang on. Was it religion or something?
It was banned in Aberystwyth for many years. When it came out...
Why?
Well, they thought it was blasphemous. They thought it was,
Violent.
I don't think it's blasphemous. I think actually in a deeper sense it actually affirms what Christianity and the teachings of Jesus says, because it just shows that we live in a very dysfunctional society with war, people starving in Zapora, our abuse of animals, and that Monty Python shows how insane the world is.
I think this is a chapel sort of place, isn't it? So it offended chapel sort of people.
We're a bit more liberated nowadays than they probably were back in those days. So a film like that wouldn't be so much of a deal for most people around now.
So what's your favourite bit of the film?
My favourite bit of the film is... Oh, you lucky bastard!
Blessed are the cheesemakers. You see, I do love the film.
Let's hope the congregation will be great.
Yeah.
Everybody will go and join it, so as it brings the thing back into life, like.
So, as dusk falls across the Bay of Ceredigion, it seems the town and people of Aberystwyth are ready to make history and make peace with the Pythons.
Hello, Mayor. Arise to tell.
As I say, this is a bit overwhelming.
Oh, well.
Oh dear.
We forgot ours.
You did.
Yeah.
I was looking at the board. Never mind.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
On the shoulder. Lift her up. Lift her up a little bit.
It seems the interest in the film is as huge as ever. It's the biggest thing to hit Aberystwyth since... Well, it's huge, and the press can't get enough of Sue and the boys.
Oh, that's better.
I'm very pleased to be here. It's very wide. Never been to Aberystwyth before.
And obviously, I mean, 30 years ago when the film came out, did you ever think that, you know, one of your co-stars was born to become the mayor of Aberystwyth?
Well, we were hoping she would, but
it wasn't in the contract.
Yeah.
It's taken a very long time.
What's it like reuniting with these two reprobates tonight?
Fabulous. It's great. They look exactly the same as they did then.
I mean, in a way, it's kind of more relevant nowadays because religion has come back on the political agenda.
I'm sure if Jesus himself was a good public speaker, he probably knew how to make people laugh. He probably knew about comedy, this odd idea that religion should not be funny. There should be no laughs in religion. That sort of crept in the intervening 2,000 years.
Yeah, but I think most of the people who sort of reacted against the film were people who hadn't seen it in the first place. There was a councillor, Pinney, in Devon, who banned the film, and when it was pointed out to him that he actually hadn't seen the film, he said, well, you don't need to see a pigsty to know it stinks.
I think the Middle West in America still won't let Life of Brian be shown at all. I mean, they seem to be terrified of it. So, you know, that keeps it going. Somehow people are interested. Why is something still getting people so excited?
What are you looking forward to most tonight, do you think? The screening itself, or?
The beer.
The beer.
But soon, it's time to face the crowds of fans as the charity gala screening gets underway. And it's a sellout as the saints and sinners of Aberystwyth come together for this worthy cause. Proceeds of the night's event go to the British Heart Foundation and the Truth Out charity, raising over £3,000. Brilliant!
Sue Jones-Davies, Terry Jones, Michael Paley.
Diolch yn fawr I chi gyd am ddod ma heno, ond croeso arbennig I Terry ac I Michael. I'm really delighted that they were willing to come. I'm so pleased we've given them a real Aberystwyth welcome. Dressed for the occasion, especially with my bling.
So, as the surreal opening credits roll by, the ban is finally lifted. All in all then, it's a happy ending to our story. And as this audience enjoys the show, it seems the film still has the power to outrage, offend, but most of all, make us laugh at ourselves. And that's probably why we still love The Life of Brian more than ever. So for those involved, why do they think the film is still relevant today?
I think the worst thing would be if The Life of Brian had just been ignored and people say, oh, it's a nice, jokey comedy film, that's it. And it was talked about, and I think there were things worth talking about in it.
You hope that your comedy is going to be relevant, and it obviously is relevant.
Because really what it's about is taking responsibility for your own actions, and that is what most people duck. You know, they'd rather you tell me what to do, because it means you have to be grown up. And I think being grown up for most people is hard. They don't want it. They'd rather their mum or their dad or their religion or their society tell them what to do. And the message to me is that we all have to take responsibility.
Nice, great seeing Sue again. That's been terrific. And I just want to see this whole change in Aberystwyth that will happen after the film has been released. And people will say, can we see more? Can we see that? They'll be wanting to see the Holy Grail next.
Yes.
And always look on the bright side of life.
I think it's going to be dangerous on the streets of Aberystwyth after the showing of the film. There's going to be such loose living and such rioting and
we're going to be locked up in our rooms.
It's going to be, yes.
For life is quite absurd, and death's the final word. You must always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your scene, give the audience a grin. Enjoy it, it's your last chance.